This episode of Android Authority is brought to you by Carbonite. Go to carbonite.com and use the promo code AUTHORITY for a free trial. Hey, it's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And it's time to cue some A's. Cue some A's. A some Q's. That still sounds wrong. Anyway, it's Android Authority Q&A for August 7th, 2013. The aptly named Android user asks, will Android 4.3 come for the Galaxy S3? Now, we don't know for sure, but a pretty strong rumor does point to this being the case. A Korean source reported that not only is Samsung already working on updates to Android 4.3 for its current flagships, it is also going to skip Android 4.2.2 altogether on last year's flagships. So the Galaxy S3 and the Note 2 should be getting the new version of Android. Of course, we don't know if this speculation or rumor is true, and even if it is, we still don't know when it may happen. But it does make a little bit of sense because the Galaxy S3 is still one of the most widely used phones out there. Will we see a Nexus 5 and when? Now, the Nexus 5 is probably one of the most anticipated devices of probably the entire year. However, while we all think it is inevitable that the Nexus 4 will soon be upgraded, we still don't have that much concrete information. Since last year's Nexus 4 was based on the Optimus G by LG, rumors and speculation have been pointed to LG's next G phone to be what the Nexus 5 will be based on. We've seen other rumors stating that LG has already come forth with a prototype and has shown it to Google. But with LG officially announcing their flagship phone today, the G2, we could be seeing more news on the Nexus 5 very soon. Speaking of the LG G2 announcement, stay tuned for all of the news and coverage from that event being covered by Chris. That's the reason why I'm here today. Mayu asks, when will the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 be released and what are its features? Will it have a bigger screen? Mayu, I can tell you this much. IFA at Berlin is just around the corner at the beginning of September, and it is at that convention that Samsung plans on officially announcing and releasing all information on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. But with that being said, here's what we've covered so far. As far as the release goes, since IFA is happening in September, the full release should be sometime after that, but definitely in time for the holiday season. A few leaked sketches from the manual suggest that the Note 3 will sport a 5.7-inch screen, which is a slight increase from the 5.5-inch of the Note 2. With a Snapdragon 800 processor, it will get a big boost in performance, and the supposed 13-megapixel camera may be a big focus because the sketches suggest the existence of a dedicated camera button. Don't worry, once all of the information is out and the announcement has been made at IFA, Android Authority will be there covering it all. You know, I'm gonna be there. Frederick wants to know if the Moto X is available internationally. Currently, Moto is definitely focusing on the US market, but international releases are definitely in the works. We already know that it's coming to Rogers in Canada due to that leaked video, but apparently teaser websites for Motorola's new flagship have popped up in Brazil and Argentina. We've been on the lookout for other teaser sites for additional countries, but they haven't shown up just yet. Maybe Motorola is looking to take care of this side of the world first and then look to branch out, but nonetheless, with a high-profile phone such as this, the Moto X being in multiple markets is not only a possibility, it should damn near be an inevitability. Salman Khan wants to know how to connect a PS3 controller to his future Sony Xperia Z Ultra. Pairing these Sony devices makes a lot of sense, but this can actually be done on pretty much any device. Now, the app you need to check out is called 6-Axis Controller. It's a paid app that allows for your PS3 controller to connect like a general gamepad. For control using an OTG USB cable, pictured here, you don't have to root your device. However, for wireless Bluetooth gaming, rooting is actually a must. I've had plenty of success in the past with an OTG USB cable, and thus have played a bunch of games, Android games, or even emulator games using my PS3 controller. If you really need that wireless connectivity though, then you will have to root your device, and if you don't know where to start, I would definitely suggest heading over to the XDA developers website and forum. They'll give you all the information you need to get started, and they should be able to help you get your Xperia Z Ultra rooted once those tools are available. Once that's all finished, you can get the 6-Axis Controller app, get yourself connected, and it will guide you through the rest. Happy gaming, Salman. Our final question for today comes from Stephanie Coulard, who was looking to get the LTE-capable version of the Sony Xperia Z and wants to know what networks will support it. Now, this is a great question, because when I reviewed the Xperia Z a little while ago, I unfortunately had the same problem. The version of the Xperia Z that I got did not get LTE. Now, that being said, the C6603 version supports these LTE band frequencies. In band listings for US carriers, the band you're looking for is band 4, capable of 1700 and 2100 frequencies. Currently, the only carriers that fully support these are AT&T and T-Mobile. These two carriers have prepaid plans that were recently opened up to LTE connectivity, so you can definitely go that route. Verizon does have plans to open up to band 4, but as is the case with it and Sprint, usually only phones that are created for and branded as Verizon or Sprint will work on their networks. So unfortunately, unless an official version of the Xperia Z comes out for Verizon and or Sprint, you're probably going to have to stick with AT&T or T-Mobile. As always, a written companion for this video can be found in the description below, alongside a way for you to turn in your own questions that might be featured on the next edition of Q&A. Don't forget to check out our other weekly shows, including Android Authority Weekly, hosted by me, and the Sunday Giveaway, hosted by Chris. Next week, I'm still going to be fielding your questions because Chris is going on a very well-deserved vacation. So, as always, stay tuned to Android Authority's channel, don't forget to subscribe, and remember, we are your source for all things Android.